My pleasure to welcome Rob Ninkovich, former Patriots linebacker, to the set of CLNS Media. He is in town for a very, very worthwhile charity event. It's a charity bartending event sponsored by the Leonard Hair Transplant Associates. It's to benefit the Young Fight Strong at the Lifespan Cancer Institute in Providence. Rob, what does that mean to you to help kids who have, a mother fighting cancer?
Well, I mean, I think that Dr. Leonard has put this on for 5 years. I think this is the first year that the money's going towards that, which is it's an awesome cause. Being a football player in the Boston area, I've taken many trips to Boston Children's Hospital, and I've been to the hospital. So you see the impact that you're able to make, not only in their lives, but like in my life, just to be able to help and use my name and help out the most that I can. So I think it's an awesome event. I'm going to try and work on my bartending skills. Hopefully I don't mess up any drinks. The heavier the hand, the better the pour. So, no, it should be fun. We're going to have a good time, and I'm happy to be here.
You stole that line from Seabass. You know that, right? Because that's exactly...
Is that what he said?
That's exactly what
he told us. That's the beard, If you have a beard like this, I guess great beards think alike,
So, indeed. Any favorite drink, though, to mix?
Favorite drink? An old-fashioned. It's all about the bitters. You got to have
sour?
I'm not a big whiskey sour guy. I like an old-fashioned. You got to have the good bourbon. You got to have the bitters, good bitters. You do a little orange.
I go too sweet.
Go too sweet?
Yeah, Jack and Coke.
Okay,
whiskey
but that's
Coke.
You got to go diet though.
Yeah.
Watch the weight.
See, I'm not.
It's the summertime. You got to stay light. Maybe Keel, Matt Light Keel. You can go with a Keel vodka, a little lemonade.
Okay, that is summertime.
Summertime.
I could go with that.
Yeah, little umbrella.
So
pina colada.
How's retirement treating you?
It's less painful.
Yeah,
less
imagine.
Advil. No, it's good. I'm ultimate dad right now, so I got a couple kids, and we live in the area, so I'm here doing some local Boston stuff. So it should be a interesting year. I'm excited for this next football season, and hopefully the team is regrouped and recharged and ready to make another run.
So let's go there.
Let's go there.
2018 New England Patriots.
Yes.
A lot of changes, obviously. Matt Patricia is on to Detroit as their head coach.
Yep.
What do you know about Brian Flores? I mean, everything I've heard from the players talk about him is one word: respect.
Yeah, no, I call him B-Flow because I was with him so long. So my first year in 2009, he was the assistant special teams coach, and he was always a great coach, always really smart, BC guy. So, he played the game at a high level, so he can kind of understand, the player side of things, the mental side of, the struggles that you go through as a player and the stress that you feel, trying to be the best you can be. So, he's a really good coach. I think they're going to do great this year. There's going to be a little bit of a transition there, but that's what training camp's for.
Yeah, I would expect
to try and hash that out. So I'm never going to guarantee anything because when I played, I always knew how hard it is.
Sure.
But I think that the team has a great ability to make the playoffs this year, and that's all you need. So it doesn't matter if you're a wild card, division winner. If you make the playoffs, that's what your goal is. So then you can move on through the playoffs and get to where you really want to be, and that's the Super Bowl.
So let me give you a name of a player I think is going to have a breakout season. You already know he's a tremendous player, an explosive player, but I think he still flies under the radar to me, and that's Trey Flowers. I think he is going to have breakout seasons. I think he is going to be a playmaker that really everybody in the NFL takes note of this year.
Yeah, Trey. I've been with Trey. My last couple of years, he's a soft-spoken guy. He's not going to say too much, but he's a really hard worker, and he's going to work his butt off. So, I anticipate him to have a great year. He's had 2 good, solid years under his belt, but it's not just one guy. So it's hard to be just one guy. You need other pieces.
But you see where I'm going with this.
Oh, yeah.
His explosiveness. He's a unique
but
talent.
You need guys like Trey and other guys to be working together to help him continue to excel. If it's just one player, other teams realize that, hey, these are the guys that we need to stop. So the more guys that they can have go this year that are productive and hard and disruptive, the better he's going to even be for being even more explosive. So I'm looking forward to him playing this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing other guys what their roles are going to be, you know, who's the outside linebackers, who are the inside guys now.
We never got a chance to see, not to interrupt you, Rob, but we never got a chance to see Derek Rivers last year.
Yeah, so I think Derek's going to have a great career, but he's got to get over the rookie one, which was unfortunately an injury, and I was able to work out with him this offseason. He's having a great rehab. You know, I've had an ACL injury my rookie year, so I know how that can kind of mentally affect you a little bit. So, you know, his biggest challenge this year is just going to be getting over the fact that, hey, that happened to me, and it's not going to happen again. I'm just going to go out here and play football. So I look forward to seeing him on the edge. He's a strong kid. He definitely has that first step, quick twitch. So, you know, hopefully he can go out there and produce a lot for us this year. And, you know, he's definitely a great kid. He's got a great head on his shoulders.
How serious were you thinking about coming back in the middle of last year?
I thought about it, but then I thought about it more and realized that
how you're feeling now, and you thought about how you might be feeling now.
I was feeling really good, and I didn't have to deal with being beat up and having the stresses of, you know, a football season. And, you know, when you play a long time, it's not easy. And, you know, New England is the only team in the NFL where a Super Bowl is normal every year. Get to the Super Bowl. If you don't get there, it's a failed season.
I think people here forget that sometimes.
Yes. I mean, other places don't even sniff a playoff game, and every year there's a playoff game. Every year there's a division, a hat and T-shirt, an AFC, you know, championship game. So when that kind of repetitive AFC championship, Super Bowl, it can be really, really stressful. So, you know, for me, it was like, hey, let me look at where I'm at right now. I walked off on a Super Bowl victory. Not many people can do that. So if I came back, if something happened, say I got injured, then it would be a bad way to go out after I already had the perfect walk away.
Sure. And I would assume Super Bowl 51 is the highlight. I mean, even on 49, it even surpassed 49.
No, I mean, it was one of the best games ever played. And, you know, looking at the most recent Super Bowl, you know, definitely upset for my guys, you know, that weren't able to come back with a win. But, you know, it just made me realize I made the right decision.
How anxious? You've been in that room. How anxious do you think Dev and Dante are to put that season, that Super Bowl game behind them?
You got to put it behind you, but it's definitely not easy. You know, not only to go Super Bowl, 3 in a row is very hard. So there's definitely a lot of work to be done, and, you know, hopefully these guys get into training camp, you know, forget about last year and just move on and focus on this season.
Obviously, your image is a great one right now, and Dr. Lopresti and Dr. Leonard have helped you in that regard, and working with them, what has that meant to your image?
Yeah, no, I mean, I had male pattern baldness in my family, and my dad has no hair. So, you know, I knew that, hey, if I can go to these guys and talk to Doc before I lose my hair, maybe there's things that can be done. And that's kind of where I come in, as I didn't have a hair transplant. I'd never had any procedures done. I just went before I felt like I was going to lose my hair and thought, like, hey, is there anything I can do? And there's Capillus laser cap, there's Rogaine that you can use, there's Propecia. So there's things that you can do that if you have hair, you can keep it. You won't lose it. So if people wait too long and you have no hair, then the hard part is to get hair back. Then you have to do a transplant. So, you know, I'm here to say you don't have to do a transplant, but just don't wait and come in as Mr. Clean and say, hey, I want a full head of hair, because that just doesn't work.
Not only here to say that, but you're obviously here for a great cause. The Robert Leonard Hair Transplant Associates charity bartending event. It is to benefit Young Fight Strong for the Cancer Institute in Providence, Rhode Island, the Lifespan Cancer Institute in Rhode Island. A great cause. Rob, thanks so much for joining us.
All right, take care.